How to use Claude Code to build a website 2026 beginner tutorial. If you've ever wanted to build a website but felt intimidated by coding, this video is going to change everything for you. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to use Claude Code to build a website step by step, even if you are a complete beginner. And by the end of this video, you will know how to generate your website structure, design your layout, add styling, and even refine your code using AI. And the best part, you don't need to be a professional developer. You just need to know how to prompt properly and guide the AI in the right direction. So let's get started. First, let's discuss what Claude Code is. Claude Code is powered by Claude, developed by Anthropic. It's an AI coding assistant that helps you generate, edit, debug, and improve code using natural language instructions. Instead of manually writing every line of HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, you can describe what you want and Claude is going to generate it for you. Think of it as having a developer sitting next to you, except it works instantly and doesn't get tired. Now, before we actually get started with Claude, you need clarity. Are you building a portfolio website, a landing page for a product, an e-commerce store, or a blog? For this tutorial, let's say we're building a simple business landing page with a hero section, about section, services section, and contact form. Being specific is important because AI performs better when your instructions are clear. Now, once you've had an idea in your mind and the kind of website that you want to build, we can move on to the next step. Now, moving on to the next step, we're going to open the chat box of Claude and we're going to give it a very clear prompt. For example, we can simply just type in, we can ask it to create a modern HTML structure for a responsive business landing page with a hero section, about section, services, and contact form. Simply click on generate. It is going to take a few moments while it is getting generated with sections, headings, and div containers, and proper layout hierarchy as you can see on the screen. Once it gives you the code, you can simply copy it and paste it into a file called index.html. That way you can also test it out if the code is working and running. This is super easy because all we had to do was send one prompt and that is all. In that way you can use any code editor, and while that's being generated, make sure to hit the like button. Also, subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss any of the AI guiding tools and more tutorials like this on our channel. Now, moving back to the coding, the Claude AI may take a few seconds to a couple of minutes, and just be patient. Even if you're a beginner, the code is going to be long depending on the instructions that you provided the Claude with, but it's going to be super easy because you didn't have to learn any of the coding and the code is right in front of your eyes. And you can see on the screen that this is the website structure that it provided us with a proper theme, and everything looks really great. Now you can use any code editor like VS Code or even an online editor that gives you your foundation and then further edit it more. Now the website will look very plain because it has no styling yet. Now since Claude already added styles and themes, you can still go ahead and customize it with your brand logos, and even though it does have layouts and fonts, you can go ahead and add specific fonts. So simply go back to the chat, simply paste in a prompt where you're asking Claude to create modern CSS styling for this landing page with a clean layout. Simply click on generate and it's going to start editing. Further here, you can also add more edits to it with a clear prompt. Just make sure while you're writing a prompt, actually talk about what changes you want in the website. Don't use too many fancy words and just get completely off topic. Be specific, and the clearer the prompt is, the better the execution will be. You can also paste this HTML code into the chat. Now Claude will generate a CSS code and create another file that is probably going to be called something along with the extension CSS. Here Claude is mentioning how CSS was already used with the fonts and the styling. If you want to change something, you can go ahead, but if you think that the website looks great, you can simply just copy or paste this in your editor, and that is it. Simply refresh your browser and you instantly see a styled website. This is where things get really exciting, because instead of manually designing everything, you are directing the AI like a creative director. Now in 2026, responsiveness is not optional. Most traffic comes from mobile devices. Ask Claude to improve this file and just make the website fully responsible for mobile, tablet, and desktop using media queries. That way, Claude is just going to adjust everything in the website. The website looks pretty good already. Claude already added other extension files and used CSS for the styling. If you want to make more edits or want to use JavaScript as well for the behavior of your website, you can go ahead and do that as well. You can test your website by resizing your browser window or just using developer tools to stimulate the mobile view. If something looks off, you can simply just tell Claude to fix some of it. When you're writing a prompt or you need to add edits in a specific area, you need to mention the area as well, and you learn as you go. So this is really helpful, especially for students who are here for educational or exploring purposes. And you can simply just tell Claude prompts like the hero text is too large on the mobile version, so fix that and it will refine the code for you. This back and forth improvement process is how you build efficiency with AI. You can also make the website more interactive. For example, you can ask it for smooth scrolling, button over animations, form validation, and just navigation toggles. You can give Claude a prompt like add JavaScript for responsive mobile navigation menu and smooth scrolling between sections like I mentioned earlier. And that way it is going to create a file called script.js. Then you can just link it at the bottom of your HTML file before the closing body tag. Test everything to make sure it is working properly, and if there's an error, copy the error message and paste it in Claude. This is how you're going to debug faster than ever, and you're going to save tons of hours and maybe even days of manual work. Now that everything is functioning properly, you can also go ahead and refine the design again, like add a gradient background or improve the spacing and typography hierarchy. And instead of randomly guessing the design improvements, you're using AI suggestions and implementing them instantly with Claude. You can even ask Claude to rewrite the entire website to sound more premium and persuasive. Here is different versions like the style.css and how we had the landing page done first. You can see there are two files now, and we can go ahead and add JavaScript as well. With the first version that it made for us, it already included everything, so the performance is looking really good. Everything is smooth, the buttons and the toggles are great. You can actually click on buttons and it takes you to the respective section. So it's not just coding, but it's also helping you with content, and that is even better for content creators, or if you have small retail stores and you want to start something online, you can go ahead and create a website for your store. Super easy. All you have to do is type in a good and clear prompt. Now, if you want your contact form to actually send emails, you'll need backend functionality. You can go back and just add Claude to add something like creating a simple Node.js backend to handle contact from submissions. It's just going to generate a server-side code, or if you don't prefer a backend setup, you can simply ask it to connect this form to a free form handling service, and Claude will guide you step by step. This is where AI becomes extremely powerful because it reduces technical barriers dramatically. And once everything is ready, you need to put your website online. Simply go back to the website file. You can post it up online and publish it. You can deploy using platforms like Vercel, Netlify, or just GitHub. You can ask Claude to give you step-by-step instructions to deploy this as well. And you can follow the instructions, upload your files, and within minutes your website will be live. And that is it. You just build and deployed your website using AI. Now let's talk about the common mistakes that some beginners are definitely going to make. And if you watch this video, then you will probably be more careful and work on these mistakes. First is, don't use vague prompts like make a website. You have to be specific about the website, the kind of website you want. if it's going to be a store, if it's just guidance website, or you need to have a clear idea in your mind already and then you're going to implement it. Second, don't blindly copy code without actually testing it. Make sure that everything is testing and running. You don't want any technical issues when customers are actually using the website. And third, don't expect perfection on the first output. The real power comes from refining. So you can always go back to Claude and ask for refinements and ask Claude to make edits for you. Also, just run the same prompt twice so it ensures the clarity that you're looking for. And my final tip is going to be to think of Claude as your collaborator, not a magic button. It is not going to build ideas for you, it is going to take your ideas and build you structure for it and almost do most of your work, because all we did was type in our prompts. It took us a few minutes and the entire website is ready and it is working. The behavior is amazing. If you click on a button, like right here, if you click on start a conversation, it actually takes us to the next step. Now, we also have different folders here. They're not accessible yet because we only gave Claude the instructions for a landing page website, and it is looking pretty good. Now, building websites in 2026 is completely different from how it used to be. You don't need years of coding experiences, you need clear thinking, good prompting, and the ability to test and refine. Now, if you're using Claude Code, then you can go from idea to live websites in hours instead of weeks. And whether you're building a portfolio, client website, landing page, or online store, you can drastically speed up your entire workflow. Now, if this tutorial helped you, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below what AI tools you want me to cover next. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.